Peyton Scott for 3. Peyton Scott for 3. Peyton Davidson for 3. Peyton Scott.
Up the tempo. Peyton Scott goes inside. So far, Illinois, not a lot of success from outside. Oh, that was a sloppy play. Nice pass by Clues right there to Peyton Scott. Payne's going to go down low again, passes it back to Clues. We got a 12-10 ball game.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I have the easy layup, and then it's like it's so easy that you make a mistake.
Yeah. Peyton Scott takes it, nice bucket. Starting to show some outside presence. Odin almost stole from Peyton Scott. Peyton Scott shoots the 3 and makes her pay for being too aggressive on defense. Battle right now needs a little help.
Ooh,
Nay almost got it. Oh, nice pass to Foster Walker down low. Passes it out to Foster Walker, gives it back to the veteran guard. Scott's going to try to create something right here. Ooh, nice pass down low, and Foster Walker gets another 2 points. Gonna get some numbers. Peyton Scott dishes it to Foster Walker. Easy basket.
Good patience. Patience is key. Waited for the defender to fly past.
Dishes it back to the traditional guard, Peyton Scott. Quick double team for Scott that dissipates. Good bucket right there by Scott. Now battle for the outside 3. No good. But when you have Clues down right there, I feel like Bostic needed to take that shot down low. I mean, not Bostic. I mean, Lopez should have taken that. Too easy for Scott in the late contact. They have a chance to cut this to a 1-possession game with this free throw.
We're just going to be very interesting. And I do agree. Lopez should have.
Yeah, just slipped to the basket because they were trying to cover the shooter. Very nice. Rookie has 8. Here's Scott with a runner and a basket and a foul at the other end. And Peyton Scott may be starting to heat up. 8 seconds left. Boilermakers by 9. Scott to inbound it. Scott gets it into Cluse. Now back to Scott. Scott on the baseline fires a desperation 3 and hits it. Oh my goodness, what a shot by Peyton Scott.
Up top, Sarah Rambis. Ducks working it around. Peyton Scott tries to triple, bangs it home. Peyton Scott, 5. Fourth quarter coming up when we come back here on Big Ten Plus.
Now a 3 in the corner from Peyton Scott, and Scott hits that one. The first 3 of the night, but a whistle called, so hold on.
Looks like there's some pushing underneath the basket there. And that
Whitfield able to grab it out of the air, and now Peyton Scott pushing up quickly for Oregon. Throws one up and gets it in. How did Peyton Scott do that? Threw up a prayer ball and somehow found the bottom of the net. And should go to the free throw line looking to capitalize on the and one.
Peyton Scott, man, is just unbelievable, and you can see it on that play. She knew that she was going.
Scott dumps it. Oh, good read. Yeah, Peyton Scott.
Shot clock is turned off. Peyton Scott on the right wing looking to get the last shot for Oregon. Works around, throws up a jumper, and hits it right before the buzzer. Peyton Scott. We're going to step aside for a quick break. The Ducks 1 quarter away from staying undefeated and moving to 4-0. We'll see if they can do it on the other side of this break here on Big Ten Plus. Brown pulls up from the free throw line. That one a little bit too strong. Easy rebound for Deja Kelly. Now over to Peyton Scott on the right wing. Lets it fly. Hits it!
Clean shot right there from downtown Peyton Scott. Inside for Oregon as we look at the three from Peyton Scott. Matchup inside. You got Muhammad matched up against Tiara Brown. Brown at 5'9". Muhammad 6 foot. Eric strip over. A little bit more height to her, 6'2" on Muhammad.
Kelly able to get the inbound, guarded by Cooper. Now in the corner, Scott again. Connects! Back-to-back threes for Peyton Scott. Scott in the corner. Falatea, now Scott at the top of the key. 1 second to shoot. She'll have to pull up, and she's able to hit just before the buzzer went off.
Just got that right toe on the line, but Morgan Scott has been on fire so far tonight.
Kelly in the corner. That one just short. Bell able to grab it. She was penetrating toward the basket. Now Scott lets a three fly. Money! Peyton Scott, hot night continues. She's up to 15 points now. Oregon looking to take the lead for the first time since the beginning of the first quarter. Scott going through everybody with the right-handed lay-in. And get to Scott. So we look at the last 2 buckets. Scott for Oregon. Scott eyeing the target defense. Gets it over to Che. Goes up with the left-handed and fouled as she goes up. There's the Filipina Che that Oregon's been looking for. Making her first start today, and she's making her presence known.
Well, you can't do it much better than that. You go from the pick and roll.
Scott on the right elbow. Now going up with it. Able to get one in off the backboard. Peyton Scott on Big Ten Plus. Not able to make it 3 in a row. Up ahead to Amina Muhammad. Great feed inside from Scott. And Muhammad had nobody around her. Wallach drives inside herself against Whitfield, but Whitfield says no. Peyton Scott going coast to coast with it. She's able to go up with it and get it to fall in. Peyton Scott, only 2 points on the night. Now she's able to get another 2 there and has a chance to make it an and 1.
Yeah, this going up to the rim.
Colville stolen away again by Peyton Scott. Scott accelerates, has no one in front of her. Now in the corner, Abraham lets it fly. That one way too short. Easy rebound for Oregon. Moving it ahead, Peyton Scott. Euro steps inside. Nothing but net for Peyton Scott there. Oregon, take a look at the last bucket. Peyton Scott, coast to coast. It just feels like every...
Here Fenn, already 3 double-doubles on the year. She's starting to finally figure out her role on this team. Okay, Scott. Oh, Jabel likes that 3. She loves the 3. Swipe. Scott doesn't have any help. She's waiting for some help. Crowd is into it. Look at Scott stepping through and scoring. Against a team like USC, and they have not been as big of a three-point shooting team. Their defense has been spot on, though. Hustle plays creating offense, and stepping right through. Marshall whistled for that foul. Rambis, early foul trouble. Scott, you bet. There's one of those triples Kelly said he needed. Contact away and giving it back. That's the look. They want to get more looks.
Immediately after she came into the game, grabs the rebound. Falatea pushing up ahead. Now in the corner, Peyton Scott for 3. She's able to connect. Scott hits the first 3-pointer for the Ducks tonight. Peyton Scott, long around the perimeter. Now down low, it's tipped by Cortez. The Ducks are able to gather in. A 3 on the way from Long, and she hits it. Force 18-9 here in the second quarter. It's been all of the Ducks so far in this one. 40-18 is the score, and 3 minutes and 44 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. We're back after this on Big Ten Plus.
And Che, the first player in double digits for the Ducks, have McNabb on the other side.
Stolen away by Peyton Scott, up to Deja Kelly, pushing it forward, going up with the right hand. Mevius pushing up the other way. In the corner, Scott. First three-pointer of the quarter. And it knocks it down for Peyton Scott. Perfect 5 of 5 here to start the third quarter. 7:14 to play. Alatea up ahead. Scott from the right wing. On target! Peyton Scott, 3 points right there. The third quarter starts here. Saul Gavon, Lily Crane, and Rachel McConaughey take it the rest of the way through. Immediately, Peyton Scott from the right wing attempts a three, falls in. Scott drives in, bounce pass to Atute, who finishes with the left hand. And immediately Atute pulling over Scott.
Is that because they were not listening, or they agreed?
I think they agreed.
Okay. Scott from distance. It's good.
And now she's going.
Peyton Scott into the front court, one of two 2,000-point players on this roster, and drops a dime into Atute.
Keep pounding the ball inside. Northwestern has not been able to contest or finish. Wow, that was just a pick of the pocket right there.
Peyton Scott. Atute has not made a shot the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds and counting right now. And this press is a big reason why. Numbers for the Ducks. Balateo. This would be a big one for the Ducks. Off the turnover, Whitfield, Scott, and one.
Oregon has been
Down by 4, and it's Bell able to get a hand on it, but Bass tracks it down. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Peyton Scott steals it away. She's all alone. Reynolds chasing her. Scott goes up and finishes. 3 left to play in the second quarter. Purdue struggling. Oregon taking advantage. Jones with it. Lots of call here. Bounce past McCarthy, but Peyton Scott right there. Up ahead, it's her and Jones. Scott move to the rim, finishes strong, and she is fired up after that one. The star transfers, trading buckets.
An excellent offensive rebound that time for Che, giving the Ducks another chance to score.
Scott going up with it, finds Che, cutting inside for the easy finish there. Now Iowa transitioning on the other side. They can't finish as Hayden had it underneath the back.
Keep going into the paint, but like you said, both Che and Muhammad struggling a little bit inside.
Scott straightaway 3, bank shot in. Oregon with the ball, chance to take the lead. Out to Mevius, pump fakes. Now back to Scott, deep 3, 2 for 2. Scott another bank 3-pointer and gives Oregon the lead. Possession with it, but how about the 3-point shooting? Starting to pick things up in the second quarter. Indiana ahead by 1. Minute left in the second quarter. Oregon with the ball. Scott goes through with it. Off the backboard and in for Peyton Scott. And now stolen away by Peyton Scott. Scott ahead, more McNeil behind her, but she won't contest her. But how about Peyton Scott tonight?
That one came from the weak side. I don't think she was expecting that.
Here's a good look for Peyton Scott, and I'm telling you, the 2 players they most wanted to get early buckets were Deja Kelly.
A tough one in which it was really came down to more made threes for Illinois than for Maryland. And finally, Peyton Scott says shooter's going to keep shooting, squares it up and sticks it.
From Bertie Rimdahl to find her off the cut. Here's Scott, got the foul and the bucket.
And her layup just hangs on the rim. Ducks quickly in transition. Scott reverses it up and in. Peyton Scott with a circus finish. Kelly handles 17 points in the game. Scott takes a 3 of her own, makes a 3.
And looked to draw the foul, driving in, knowing she was going to make that layup. Such confidence in her style.
About 3 minutes left in the game. Lacey. Poked away by Scott. Peyton Scott to the hoop.
In a 1-point lead. 3 ball off glass, but it still counts. Banks open on Sundays in Seattle for Oregon, 16-12.
Both these teams, well, forced turnovers.
Got a little sloppy here in the last couple minutes for both sides. Halfway through the second quarter of play, Scott attacking on Ledeen, floating it up and getting it to go. Peyton Scott.
Remember, when they played Indiana earlier this year, they were down double digits in the second half and came back to get the win thanks to plays like that from Peyton Scott. Moments ago, it came from Deja Kelly to the hands of Peyton Scott as the Ducks are trying to get a comeback victory here in Indy.
Chesky just picking up the slack for the leading scorer on the season, Garzone, and now Garzone taking over.
Nice fake from Peyton Scott, who's heating up at the right time.